It's Oma. And Eiley.
And Z. I am the Water Protectors Trust.
I am the Water Protectors Trust.
She
Is
is
the Water Protectors Trust.
You
Are
the Water Protectors Trust. Together, we will walk this land and heal our world. What will her future be like?
So this is our land. So these are some sort of palm, I believe, some native palm here of Florida. Most of the palms you see around here aren't native, but these are, and they're sort of like shrubby. And if you could see, I don't know if you can get a little closer, but all these palms over here have been burnt. And that's actually a natural occurrence of Florida. Is, see all this char. It was burnt probably over the winter here in Florida, which is more like a summer somewhere north of here. But yeah, so yeah, you can see over here a lot. Even it's very, very burnt, but it's a natural occurrence, not just in Florida, but everywhere. Burning is a natural and healthy thing that happens in Florida more often because it can get dry in the winter, and normally it would occur naturally in the wild because in the dry season in the winter there's a lot of lightning and it catches things on fire. But since there's a lot of people, that doesn't really happen so often anymore, and it gets pretty dangerous because there's a lot of people around. So they have to prescribe burnings because they're very naturally occurring and very healthy for the land. So we want to try to do that as much as possible. Florida is actually the place to go to, is the #1 place in all of the United States to learn about prescribed burning. So if that's something you're interested in, come here. So another reason to be here.
This is what the sun makes my face feel like.
So we're just taking a walk around the property. Just check it out some and show you guys what's happening is where we are and everything. So here it is. We're walking around mostly the perimeter. It's pretty secluded. The most you hear are like boats on the lake that's just right, like just 100 feet, 200 feet away maybe at the most. Kind of surrounded by these shrubby palms and some oak trees and pine trees, some stuff. I'm not a native to Florida, so I don't know too much about all the wildlife, but it's pretty cool what I've learned so far. In the center of the property is real grassy. Yeah. Some nice trees here with that Spanish moss on them. It's really pretty. Which, even though it's everywhere and it's non-native, it's not actually an invasive species because it doesn't actually do any harm. The trees can still, their leaves catch the sun, it just kind of drapes from them, so it actually doesn't cause a problem. And what it does in the summer and the rainy season is it they get so it gets so moist here because it can rain for like 4 weeks basically straight that it weighs down. On your forehead, but it weighs down the tree limbs, so the tree's limbs will get really low and basically they'll like curve and touch the ground even, and then they'll come right back up. And so some of these live oaks will look like really sprawling. They'll be touching the ground in a lot of places of their limbs. Yeah. So here we are. There's a little path around the property that we're kind of going along. Wow, some of this dirt is actually pretty rich. Some of the topsoil is pretty rich. Hey, you want to show them the rich soil right there? Where's Black? Yeah, some dark, rich soil here in some areas, and then in other areas it's sandy. And yeah, pretty cool. I'll show them that tall tree. We got some tall trees around the perimeter mostly. Over here it's a little bit more shrubby. Around over here.
How many times has
Oh,
almost
wow.
said shrub
Look.
in the video?
I didn't even see that. There's a this is a sort of a pond. It's just a mucky area, but it's the driest. This is dry season, and it gets very dry. So in the summer, this will be like a pond. A little wow. We didn't see this before. This is just our first occurrence for us.
How many times has almost said shrub?
I've said shrub a lot. Okay.
How many times has almost said shrub in the video?
That's pretty cool though. Yeah, interesting. It looks like this could have even been a composted dung pile actually even. That's pretty interesting. And maybe there were cows here or something before, or some sort of cattle or something, and they maybe moved their crap in a big pile.
They moved
their crap in a big pile. Pretty cool. We're learning things about the property as we walk along. So, this is our first time to really do this.
second time.
I don't think we walked, we just drove through it. This, I'm not sure exactly. Oh, it's probably like this. Yeah, this is just pretty cool. It's pretty exciting. It's bigger than I realized today. We got more dimensions of the property, and it's actually pretty big. It feels pretty expansive, and we also have a decent chunk of wooded area too. So it's like this area for more farming stuff, and then we could have like food growing like more naturally in the forest, like a food forest or something like that, and have more like sort of crops growing out here. Yeah. I'd like to get someone out here who knows Florida and species and invasive species and whatnot, because Florida has like the most invasive species pretty much like anywhere in the world, I believe, but definitely anywhere in the country besides maybe Hawaii. I'm not sure. But it's very invasive down here. People bring their exotic pets and then they'll just let them loose. Exotic plants, things will thrive here because it's so hot and subtropical with moisture, and they love it down here. So now we're coming up to a nice sandy area. And if you could see over here, these guys didn't get burned in a while, so it must have been like half the property got burned in the last year. Probably naturally occurring.
Alma's going to come up with a list soon of actual exact things we need, and you're going to all send them to us.
Yeah.
Thanks.